Taxi vlog 230. It is the 20th of November. Everything was conspiring to make it so that I would not work tonight. Oh shit. Well, let me tell you what happened. When I woke up, actually Cindy woke me up at time was it about 3:45, and she said that car 61, which is the taxi that I usually drive, has been in an accident and it is not drivable tonight, and to call the office to arrange another ride. So I got ready as quickly as I fucking could. Pardon me, damn it. So I'm in another car again, just like last week. So it was a total runaround to get this car. I called up and was told to talk to someone who is in charge of the cars that belong to the same owner that whose car I was driving, 61. And it turns out that he didn't have a car available, and so I ended up calling her back and finding out that I could get car 15, which is my old number from years ago. I drove car 15 for 12 years, and the only reason I quit car 15 was because the day shift driver was a total fucking asshole, and after I'd worked all night, he would be yelling and screaming at me if I was 5 minutes late. I don't know if I ever told you that story, but that's what would happen. And after about 3 weeks of it in a row, I got so fed up. You know, nobody wants to work an entire shift and then at the end of it come to park the car and get a fucking earful by some asshole who's waiting at the curb, you know. Anyway, lots of unreasonable people in this business. So I managed to come down to the office and pick up the car, pick up the key for the car, and did I get the car on? Yeah. Did I get the car on? Hi, may I speak with Melissa, please? Thanks. Hi, it's Andy again. Yes, I'm running and I'm up and going and stuff. Usually the key is in the car somewhere, if it has a good battery, it will start the car without you having to find it. And with this one, the battery in the key thing must have been dead, so that's why. Anyway, when you said under the radio, yeah, it's in that bin underneath the radio. I should have looked more carefully, but you know. So now I get to work 10 hours. Yay, just like I usually do. Yeah. No, it's well, we'll see. I just don't like finishing at 5 o'clock, because between 5 and 6 is the best time to get something good in the morning. This is why I work a 6 o'clock car, and there's no traffic when I start at 8. Now it's like almost 7 and there's still cars in the way. Anyways, hopefully the drama is done and over with, and because I've had enough. All right. Right on. Have a good night. Bye. Okay. Did you get the car on? Well, I guess we can clear that message. Oh, let me out of here. No, you pedestrian, you stay there. Thank you. Yeah, there's cars in the way now. I don't usually start this early. I come out at 8 when everybody's gone home already. and there's nobody blocking up the streets, and I don't usually start so far in town. I'm usually coming into town instead of going out of it. And right now I'm going out of it because I don't like the frequent starts and stops out here. So, as you can imagine, it's been a bit of a clusterfuck. I went to where the car was supposed to be parked. It was not there. I called Melissa back. She said that the car was at another location. I said, oh, that's a little far from where you told me it was. Then I got to the car, and once I got in the car with the key that was provided, oh, why are all these cars parked everywhere? And oh, there must be a game or a concert or something stupid happening here at the stadium or arena, and because it's called the Save On Food Center, I refer to it as the big grocery store, but it's really an arena. So yeah, maybe there's a hockey game or could be a concert. I don't know who'd be playing tonight. They never show a sign outside the place saying who's playing, which yeah, I guess you have to know, you have to be in the know, and then yeah, so on. So anyway, I think the temperature's a little too high in here. 26. Fuck, no wonder I'm... How do I turn the temperature down? Temperature down. I'm gonna die in here from the heat. 18. That's pretty safe. Okay, I'm not gonna... What? Air conditioning? I didn't want no air conditioning. I hate these touch screens. They suck. Okay, better. Even mine, you know, I set it one way and it changes the setting on its own. So anyway, I finally got to where the car was, and I finally got into it, and it has one of these keys that the key fits in a slot, but if the key is in the car will start anyway. But the car didn't start, and I didn't know where the key was, and it ended up being in the bin under the radio. Anyway, now I got the car going. I will go to the part of town where I like to work, and let's book a zone, shall we? Oh, I don't have the GPS on yet. Oh no, I don't have a signal. You are not currently located in a valid zone. I know, fuck, crap. Oh, now I get GPS 96. Beauty. Booked off. I know that. Frustrations of technology. Book 62. There we are. In the zone. In the zone, in the groove, we hope. Yes, 5th in 62. Oh, it's going to be another winner. And I'll get to that in a moment. So now I got the car, and you heard me on the phone with Melissa and blah blah. Oh fuck! And of course the radio makes a noise when you don't have the volume turned down all the way. So you get in an unfamiliar car, and everything is different and unfamiliar and not quite the way you're used to. So you probably overheard me also say that I will have the car for 10 hours, except it's an hour earlier than usual because this is a 5 o'clock car rather than 6, and you probably already figured out why I don't like that. Okay, back in business. Friday was like pulling teeth out of a bird. There's one car driving really slow there. Let me just scoot in between here. Okay. That's how it's done. Montreal style. Comme ça. Great. So, it was quiet, and there were a lot of big gaps in between calls on Friday night. And at the high point of the night, I get sent to the fire station, which really is the police station, and there's 2 girls sitting outside there, but just as I'm coming to a stop, there's a guy standing there. The guy opens the door and gets in, and I said, your name is not Rhonda, is it? And he says, no. I said, well, it's probably that girl over there. Her name is probably Rhonda. So he opens up the door and calls, hey, Rhonda! And the girl responds and comes into the car, and And I said, it's not your car, it's Rhonda's, you know. And then he says, well, can I go with you all? And I go, whatever. And he says he's going to Broadmead, but they say they're going to James Bay. But it's the girls' car, so I'm taking them to where they want to go. I don't care what he does. So we get down to James Bay, and it's about $15 on the meter. And the two girls get out, and the guy's still sitting in there. And he says, well, who's going to pay? And the girl says, well, you are. And he says, just drive. So I start to drive. Oh, fuck. Apparently I haven't got my lights on. Does that mean this car does not have a daytime running light? It's one thing after another. I figured it out, you know, whatever. Every damn car is different. Most of them have daytime running lights. Oy. Okay. So where are we? One thing after another, and there's a little sign saying check engine. Yeah, so he said just drive, and he says, well, aren't you going to start that thing again? I say, well, no, I don't drive for free. And he says, well, I'm not paying to take some girls I don't know somewhere. And I said, well, if you're not going to pay, then just get out right now, because I'm not driving you anymore if you're not going to pay. I don't want to argue with you, just get out. So he got out, and that was that. And then I think I waited about 45 minutes for my next call, which was, you know, waiting too long. I think I read 70 or 80 pages out of this book I brought along. It's called Orphanage by Robert Bittner. That's Buettner. It's another science fiction thing. It's kind of like space opera. It's like, you know, the world is being destroyed by aliens, and so, you know, you have to find out something about the aliens. And now the guy has just encountered the aliens for the first time on a crashed rocket ship of theirs on the moon. And of course he got propelled to the moon by an old Apollo rocket. So it's fanciful. It's yeah. It's not really hard science fiction. It's kind of soft hard science fiction, if you know what I mean. And it's an army thing. So not that I'm into the military or anything, but sometimes it's you know, the struggle of mankind against the aliens. See if I can book a zone now. Book the zone that I'm in. So Friday, the only reason that Friday wasn't a total fucking disaster. Oh, sorry, Rock, I shouldn't have said that. The reason it wasn't a total disaster is that I told my story to my customers of what a crappy night it's been, and so they took pity on me and gave me some decent tips. So Friday night wasn't great, but it ended up, I guess, satisfactory to some extent. Come on. Saturday night. I'm 5th in 68. Let me get around this corner. Saturday night, nothing happened until 10 o'clock. I got 1 or 2 trips an hour before 10 o'clock. At 10 o'clock, everything erupted, and I was busy from 10 o'clock till 3, non-stop, one right after another. And at 3 o'clock, it slowed down, and I got maybe another trip or 2 an hour after that instead of 4 or 5. And a few decent trips towards the end, and then I had an airporter at the very end, which brought me up to, you know, a satisfactory night for Saturday in November. Not much drama, not much trouble from anyone. It was a relatively good night. Sunday night was another surprise. It was busy until midnight. And then just after midnight, I got a message that they had 20 possibles out at the airport and no cars, no cabs. So I figured, okay, I can get out there in about 17 minutes if I push it. So I pushed it, and I got out there, and there were these cabs that usually work out there. I seen 5 of them coming from the airport, and 2 of them were loading in front of me, and I got the last passenger off the last plane. Where did he go? Just off the airport grounds to a subdivision on the other side of the control tower. So it was basically a $10 fare. So I rushed out there to get a $10 fare. And I came back in, and I think I sat for 2 hours before I got another fare. And then after that, I was doing okay. I was doing these $15 and $20 fares, and it was inching up reasonably well. And then at the end, at 5:30, I got a call. So I said, yeah, 5:30, let's do the call. When I answered it, I found out that it was a time call for 5:40, and that guy went out to the airport. So my Sunday kind of sort of like made up for how bad the Friday was. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday was maybe not a total thriving success. It was okay. I did all right those 3 nights, all put together, kind of. Now last night was the Monday night, and I came out here full of hope, and I ended up watching all the YouTube videos that I'm subscribed to. I ended up being out here the whole time, and it was dead. I was getting 1 call an hour, not even 1 call an hour. By 1:30, I had 6 trips under my belt, and that was only because 4 of them I got between midnight and 1:30. Oh, I'm getting a call already. I might as well take it. It says please wait, so I'm please waiting. Matic East. Oh, I think it's the old people. Whitney, it says. Okay. 214 Matic East. So at about 3 o'clock, I was watching YouTube, and I leaned back for a moment, and I had the computer on the console here. See if I can give you an idea where that... No, I can't. I had the computer on the console, and it was playing, and I was leaning back, so I didn't hear the MDT go tick, 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 tick. And then I heard it go tick, 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 tick the second time, and I kind of woke up. And then I looked at it, and it said trip declined, so I had missed one. Not a good thing. Not at all a good thing. Anyway, it took until 5:40 when I got my last call, and it was the $8 fare that I sometimes get at that time, and it got me to the point where it cost me $1 to be out here after I filled up the tank. But I ended up with $4 more in my pocket than I had started with, because I had $5 over on Interac from Sunday night from that airporter. So basically I kind of broke even on Monday night. Now it's Tuesday. The time is 7:04. I have 10 hours before I got to turn this in, and I got my first call, and I'm on my way to get it. And as I left home tonight, Cindy said, hope yours is better than mine. And if I have the energy, I will give you an update at the end of this shift on how it went. So far, it's a better start than last night, which I ended up waiting 2 hours before I got my first call. So hopefully it is going to be more successful. I'll be back to you in about 9 hours or so. Well, I finished the night. I worked those 9 hours. It's 10 hours since I talked to you last, or a little more. And I drove the car all night, and I had a healthy little profit. I had some good good tips and some very good luck. Driving my old car number from more than 7 years ago was a good thing. I did well. Can't complain. So now I'm on my way home, and yeah, I hope your night was better than mine, even though mine wasn't too bad. The only thing is, will I have a car on Friday and Saturday night to drive? Because if the one that I usually drive has been accidented badly enough, and if it's not drivable tonight, or it wasn't drivable tonight, who knows if on Friday and Saturday it will be drivable. They can't get me another car for those nights, but they can get me a car for Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday next week. So I guess stay tuned or something like that. This was Taxi Vlog 130, I believe. Anyway, I'm going to stop babbling and see you later.